Hi, I'm Alex, and before we dive in, if you've ever felt stuck financially, please like this video to support it. Also leave a comment sharing if you've ever wondered why your paycheck never seems to last long each month. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos breaking down money and financial truths. Today, I want to show you the financial numbers that reveal why so many people feel stuck financially. These numbers come from reliable sources like the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Federal Reserve, updated for 2024. You'll see how income, spending, savings, and debt all interact to create a sense of financial stagnation for most people. First, let's talk about income and why what you earn might feel like it's never enough to get ahead. According to the latest BLS data, the median full-time worker in the U.S. earns around $54,000 per year before taxes. That sounds reasonable at first, but after housing, transportation, and food costs, most people have very little left to save. Imagine working 40 hours a week, consistently, yet still feeling like you're barely moving forward financially month after month. That's why so many feel stuck. It's not a matter of effort, but the cost of living outpacing income growth. Let's break down typical monthly spending to see why your money disappears faster than you realize. The average household spends over $5,600 per month on essentials and routine expenses in 2024. Housing alone consumes roughly 34% of total spending, leaving less for saving or investing in the future. Food costs about $700 monthly per household, and transportation adds another $900 approximately. These necessary expenses pile up, and most people don't notice how much of their paycheck is already claimed before any savings. Now let's consider retirement savings, an area where most people unknowingly fall behind even if they contribute regularly. The Federal Reserve's 2024 data shows the median retirement account balance for all adults is just over $65,000. Younger adults under 35 have barely $2,000 saved on average, leaving decades to make up the gap for a secure future. This small balance can create anxiety and a feeling of being stuck even if you're contributing consistently to your accounts. Twarker. One key point most people miss is that Social Security payments alone often aren't enough to cover basic retirement needs. The average monthly Social Security benefit in 2024 is about $1,500, far below what most retirees actually spend. Many Americans rely solely on Social Security, assuming it will be enough, which creates a hidden risk for financial stagnation. Planning for retirement requires understanding both your income and projected expenses, not just hoping benefits will fill the gaps. Let's look at net worth next, another important metric to measure your overall financial health and progress over time. Median household net worth in the U.S. is around $122,000. Which includes all assets minus debts. For adults under 35, net worth drops dramatically to under $14,000, showing the challenge younger people face early. Between ages 35 and 44, median net worth rises to about $91,000, indicating gradual financial improvement over time. Ages 45 to 54 see median net worth at roughly $168,000. Reflecting accumulated assets and investments. Individuals 55 to 64 reach about $212,000, still less than what may be needed for a comfortable retirement. By ages 65 to 74, median net worth is around $266,000, often supplemented by retirement accounts and other income streams. Observing these numbers shows why so many feel financially stuck despite decades of work and careful budgeting. Another overlooked factor is savings rate. Americans typically save only about 6% of their after-tax income. That small percentage covers emergencies, short-term purchases, and leaves little for long-term goals like retirement or wealth building. Many underestimate the impact of everyday spending on long-term financial progress, which slowly erodes potential wealth over years. For example, the average down payment for a home is $62,000, a major expense that significantly reduces savings potential. A typical kitchen renovation costs around $26,000, while a new car averages over $47,000, adding strain. When combining high living costs with low savings, It's easy to see why progress feels slow or non-existent for most individuals. One way to combat feeling stuck is tracking net worth and expenses consistently, giving a clearer picture of financial progress. This approach helps identify leaks in your budget and opportunities to redirect money toward long-term growth rather than short-term consumption. Credit scores are another hidden factor affecting financial freedom, influencing loan rates, mortgages, and borrowing opportunities. The average FICO score in 2024 is about 715, which seems healthy, but many overlook its long-term impact. A low score increases the cost of borrowing, meaning even essential purchases can slow financial progress significantly. Paying bills on time and keeping credit utilization low are simple ways to maintain a strong credit score over years. Despite the importance of credit, many people don't realize that high-interest debt like credit cards can nullify retirement gains. The average household carries over $9,000 in credit card debt, much of which is unnecessary spending with little residual value. Electronics, small appliances, and online purchases often accumulate unnoticed, adding stress and slowing net worth growth. I learned early that controlling debt is as important as increasing income when it comes to breaking free financially. Even modest reductions in high-interest debt can free up hundreds of dollars per month to invest or save effectively. Tracking expenses and identifying non-essential spending creates opportunities to accelerate financial growth without increasing income. Next, let's examine the impact of retirement contributions and investment habits on long-term financial security. Contributing consistently to a retirement account, even a small percentage, compounds over time and significantly improves your outlook. For instance, saving 10% of your income from age 25 can result in substantially more than someone starting at 35. Many underestimate the power of compound interest, assuming small contributions won't make a meaningful difference over decades. Diversifying investments, avoiding excessive fees, and maintaining a long-term perspective are crucial for maximizing retirement growth. Another overlooked strategy is planning for unexpected expenses to avoid tapping into retirement or investment funds prematurely. Emergency savings of 3 to 6 months' expenses provide a safety net that prevents derailment of long-term financial goals. Without these buffers, even disciplined individuals can feel stuck when unplanned costs arise, reinforcing financial frustration. Reviewing spending habits, investments, and net worth regularly allows you to adapt strategies and maintain consistent progress over time. Small, consistent changes compound into meaningful results, helping you gradually break free from the average financial struggle many experience. Let's shift focus to long-term saving strategies and why so many overlook simple, high-impact habits that make a difference. Automatic contributions to retirement or investment accounts remove the temptation to spend and ensure consistent growth over time. Even small increases in savings rate, such as from 6 to 10%, can dramatically alter financial outcomes over decades. Tracking progress visually, like using charts or apps, helps maintain motivation and reinforces the impact of consistent contributions. Another overlooked aspect is understanding net worth beyond cash, including home equity, vehicles, and other tangible assets. Many assume that only retirement accounts count, but total net worth provides a more complete picture of financial health. Awareness of debts, loans, and other liabilities is equally important, as these reduce net worth even if income appears high. I personally track net worth monthly, which allows me to identify leaks and opportunities to reallocate funds effectively. Regularly reviewing financial statements prevents surprises and builds confidence, reducing the feeling of being stuck financially. Education is another critical component. Understanding financial concepts empowers decision-making and long-term planning. Many people avoid learning about money because it feels complex, but breaking it into simple concepts makes it manageable. For example, knowing how compound interest works or how fees affect investments can change your approach entirely. Budgeting effectively doesn't require restriction, but rather prioritizing spending aligned with long-term financial goals. Small daily habits, like skipping unnecessary purchases, accumulate into substantial savings over months and years. Understanding behavioral finance helps identify why people make poor money decisions and how to avoid repeating them. Kuinur, cognitive biases often cause us to overspend or underestimate expenses, which reinforces the feeling of financial stagnation. By acknowledging these biases, you can implement strategies to counteract them and maintain consistent progress. Setting measurable, realistic goals gives direction and purpose to savings, investing, and debt repayment efforts. Aligning short-term actions with long-term objectives reduces stress and prevents feeling stuck, even when progress feels slow. Remember, financial freedom is built over time. Consistent effort, planning, and awareness compound into meaningful results. Next, let's explore the impact of lifestyle choices on feeling financially stuck and how small adjustments create big results. Lifestyle inflation, or increasing spending as income rises, often traps people in the same financial situation despite earning more. For example, buying a slightly larger home or a new car when income increases can erase any extra financial gains. I've personally noticed that controlling lifestyle inflation allows more money to flow into savings and investments automatically. Reducing unnecessary subscriptions, dining out less frequently, and tracking discretionary spending can free hundreds of dollars monthly. Third, many people underestimate how cumulative small expenses drain finances over years, reinforcing the sense of being stuck financially. Another factor is unexpected expenses, such as medical bills or car repairs, which can derail carefully planned budgets without warning. Establishing an emergency fund is essential to avoid withdrawing from investments or adding high-interest debt when life surprises you. Financial literacy also plays a key role in making informed decisions about debt, investments, and savings opportunities. Understanding interest rates, investment returns, and inflation helps you make choices that actually grow your wealth over time. Pointo, many people ignore inflation, which slowly reduces the purchasing power of savings if money isn't invested wisely. Even conservative investment strategies can outperform inflation over decades, highlighting the importance of starting early. Compound interest works best the longer your money remains invested, which is why age 25 contributions are so powerful. Starting later, at 35 or 40, requires much higher contributions to reach similar financial goals, adding stress and pressure. Monitoring your progress through net worth, investment performance, and budget reviews keeps you aware of whether your strategy works. Third, many feel stuck simply because they don't measure progress, leaving them blind to slow but consistent improvements over time. Visualization, like charts or graphs, helps contextualize growth and reinforces motivation to continue consistent saving and investing. I use apps and spreadsheets to track my net worth, expenses, and investments, which reduces anxiety and clarifies financial reality. Even small steps, like paying down debt or increasing contributions by a single percentage point, accumulate into meaningful long-term results. Remember, breaking free from feeling stuck financially is a gradual process, built on awareness, discipline, and consistent action over years. Now let's examine how debt types influence your financial mobility and why managing them effectively is critical. Credit card debt, student loans, and high-interest personal loans often create invisible barriers that slow financial progress. Many people carry credit card balances month after month, unaware that interest can outweigh the gains from investments. Paying off high-interest debt first frees up cash flow and accelerates savings and retirement contributions substantially. Student loans, while sometimes lower interest, can also accumulate and contribute to the feeling of being financially stuck. Planning repayment strategies, like the avalanche or snowball method, helps reduce debt efficiently and with less stress. I personally follow a structured approach, targeting high-interest debt first while maintaining minimum payments on lower-interest loans. Many Americans also underestimate the cost of car loans, which often come with interest rates that exceed expected investment returns. Avoiding unnecessary purchases and using cash or debit cards helps prevent accumulating additional high-interest debt over time. Credit score awareness is crucial because it affects mortgage rates, car loans, and eligibility for lower-interest financing options. Experian reports the average U.S. credit score is 715, but even minor improvements can save thousands on interest over decades. Debt repayment paired with consistent saving creates a dual strategy that builds both financial freedom and long-term security. Many feel stuck because they focus only on one side, either debt or savings, without integrating both approaches simultaneously. Tracking progress regularly, including debt reductions and savings increases, provides tangible motivation and a sense of control. I use monthly check-ins to visualize progress, which reinforces accountability and prevents feeling overwhelmed by financial obligations. Avoiding lifestyle creep while paying down debt ensures that increased income contributes to wealth, not additional spending. Understanding interest, principal, and loan terms empowers better financial decisions, avoiding unnecessary financial stagnation. Even small actions, like rounding up payments or adding an extra $50 monthly, accelerate debt freedom considerably. Combining debt management, strategic savings, and investment awareness is key to breaking free from feeling financially stuck. Remember, controlling debt is not just about numbers. It's about reducing stress, building options, and creating long-term freedom. 3. Let's discuss investing strategies and why most people miss opportunities that could accelerate their financial progress. Many Americans hesitate to invest due to fear or lack of understanding, leaving potential gains unrealized over decades. Starting early, even with small amounts, allows the compound interest to work powerfully, dramatically improving long-term outcomes. Diversifying investments across stocks, bonds, and index funds reduces risk while increasing the likelihood of steady growth. I personally allocate a portion of income monthly, ensuring consistent contributions regardless of market fluctuations or short-term fears. Understanding fees and tax implications prevents erosion of investment returns, which is often overlooked by beginners. Many people focus only on the next paycheck instead of considering long-term wealth-building opportunities, which slows progress. Regularly reviewing and rebalancing investments ensures your portfolio stays aligned with goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Even conservative portfolios benefit significantly from consistent contributions and disciplined reinvestment of dividends over decades. Avoiding high-risk speculation prevents large losses that can create setbacks, reinforcing feelings of being financially stuck. Tardint. Behavioral awareness is crucial. Emotional reactions to market volatility often lead to poor decisions and slow progress. Education about basic investing principles gives confidence, reduces anxiety, and encourages proactive financial choices over passive uncertainty. I recommend reviewing investment statements monthly to track growth, identify underperforming assets, and make informed adjustments. Tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks and IRAs should be maximized to enhance long-term compounding and reduce tax burdens. Many overlook employer-matched contributions, which is essentially free money accelerating retirement growth with zero extra effort. Puis, small regular increases in contributions, even 1% per year, compound into substantial advantages over a lifetime. Understanding risk tolerance prevents panic selling during downturns and keeps long-term investment strategies intact. Setting clear investment goals aligns daily financial choices with long-term objectives, reducing the feeling of stagnation. Visualization of potential future outcomes, including retirement balances, helps maintain motivation and clarity for consistent investing. Ultimately, disciplined investing, coupled with proper debt management and savings, breaks the cycle of feeling financially stuck. Now let's explore how mindset influences financial progress and why perception often determines how stuck you feel. Many people focus on scarcity, believing they will never have enough, which limits financial decisions and growth. I realized early that adopting an abundance mindset opens opportunities and encourages smarter choices with money and time. Comparing yourself to others often reinforces feeling stuck, even when progress is being made steadily behind the scenes. Tracking personal milestones rather than social benchmarks allows a more realistic and motivating perspective on financial growth. Setting incremental goals creates momentum, showing measurable progress even when long-term targets seem distant or intimidating. Many overlook the importance of planning for future desires, like travel or hobbies, which reinforces the feeling of being trapped financially. Allocating funds for short-term enjoyment without derailing long-term goals maintains balance and reduces financial stress over time. I emphasize prioritizing flexibility and adaptability in finances, as life circumstances can change unexpectedly, affecting spending and savings. Understanding psychological biases, like instant gratification, helps identify why spending decisions often conflict with long-term objectives. For example, impulse purchases on electronics or subscription services slowly drain funds that could have been invested or saved. Implementing simple rules, like a 24-hour wait before large purchases, prevents unnecessary spending and preserves financial progress. Another overlooked factor is peer pressure, which subtly encourages lifestyle inflation and spending beyond actual means. Recognizing external influences on spending habits empowers better decision-making and reduces stress associated with financial stagnation. Mindset also includes learning from mistakes rather than feeling defeated, turning setbacks into opportunities for adjustment and improvement. Many people give up after temporary setbacks, reinforcing a stuck feeling, while consistent effort over time yields noticeable results. Reviewing and reflecting on past decisions allows insight into patterns that can be changed to improve future financial outcomes. I encourage documenting lessons learned and revisiting them periodically to reinforce positive habits and avoid repeated errors. Celebrating small victories, such as paying off a debt or reaching a savings milestone, strengthens motivation and long-term discipline. Combining mindset awareness with disciplined saving, investing, and spending strategies creates a sustainable path out of feeling financially stuck. Shirthi. Let's discuss emergency planning and why most people underestimate the importance of having a financial safety net. Unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or home maintenance can derail even the most disciplined financial plan. I keep an emergency fund covering 6 months of expenses, which prevents unnecessary stress and protects long-term savings. Many people feel stuck because they are constantly reacting to emergencies instead of proactively managing their money. Establishing an accessible cash reserve allows you to handle surprises without withdrawing investments or accumulating debt. Even small, regular contributions to an emergency fund build security over time and reduce anxiety about unforeseen events. Insurance, including health, auto, and home, also serves as a protection layer, preventing catastrophic financial setbacks. Understanding risk and planning accordingly ensures that emergencies don't interrupt progress toward wealth and financial freedom. Another overlooked factor is retirement age planning and its connection to savings, investment strategy, and lifestyle choices. Many people aim to retire early without calculating realistically how much they need to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. I recommend estimating retirement expenses, factoring in inflation, healthcare, and discretionary spending to create a clear target. Early contributions and consistent investing allow compound interest to grow retirement funds, increasing flexibility and reducing stress. Delaying savings, even by a few years, requires exponentially higher contributions to reach similar retirement goals. Social Security benefits are not enough for most retirees, making personal savings and investments essential to avoid being financially stuck. Understanding the gap between projected expenses and available resources motivates action to increase savings or adjust lifestyle. I personally review retirement projections annually to ensure my strategy remains aligned with goals and realistic assumptions. Monitoring both short-term and long-term goals creates a roadmap that reduces uncertainty and improves financial decision-making. Awareness of financial trends, interest rates, and inflation helps anticipate potential challenges and adapt strategies proactively. Combining emergency planning, retirement projections, and disciplined habits forms a comprehensive approach to escaping financial stagnation. Remember, consistent action over time, informed by reliable data and personal reflection, is the key to feeling financially free. Finally, let's focus on maintaining momentum and avoiding common traps that prevent long-term financial progress. Procrastination, fear, and overthinking often keep people from taking small, actionable steps toward financial freedom. I remind myself daily that consistent small actions compound into meaningful results over months and years. Reviewing goals weekly helps adjust priorities, correct mistakes, and ensure progress stays on track even during setbacks. Many people feel overwhelmed because they focus only on large milestones instead of manageable incremental achievements. Celebrating small wins, like paying off a debt or reaching a savings target, reinforces positive behavior and motivation. Another key habit is tracking all income and expenses meticulously, creating transparency and reducing financial anxiety. Awareness of where money goes allows for smarter decisions, improved budgeting, and better allocation to priorities and goals. Setting realistic expectations prevents frustration, helping you maintain focus even when progress feels slow or invisible. Mindset is crucial. Believing change is possible motivates consistent action and encourages long-term financial discipline. Many underestimate the cumulative effect of daily choices, like skipping unnecessary purchases or increasing contributions slightly. Every small improvement compounds over time, building a foundation for long-term wealth and reducing the feeling of being stuck. Networking and learning from others with similar goals can provide insights and strategies that accelerate financial growth. Exposure to financial education, books, podcasts, and tools enhances understanding and reinforces consistent, informed decision-making. Tracking net worth and investments regularly allows you to celebrate progress, identify leaks, and adjust strategies effectively. Avoid comparing yourself to others, as external benchmarks often create unnecessary stress and unrealistic expectations. Focus on your path, make incremental improvements, and build habits that align spending, saving, and investing with long-term goals. Remember, financial freedom isn't achieved overnight. Consistent action, learning, and reflection create meaningful, lasting change. Feeling financially stuck is common, but understanding your numbers, habits, and mindset empowers you to take control confidently. Ultimately, discipline, awareness, and consistent effort compound over time, allowing anyone to move from feeling stuck to truly financially free.